big library there. Happy Wednesday. This is Bryan. I am the President and Chief Investment Officer at Bryan Financial Group, the home of AfroEconomics, a registered investment advisory firm, one of the first in the country. So definitely check out jbbfg.com and afroeconomics.com, powered by Bryan Financial Group. Indeed, check out everything that we have available for you in 2018. Today and every Wednesday, we talk about something that is empowering for you. It's not just a time for us to talk. It's about you. This is about you. Take out your paper, your pencil, your notepad, do whatever you got to do. Get this information, share it with your friends. Let's get it started. 2018. What can we do differently? First of all, make sure right behind my afro, look at that Don't Quit tour. The first one on the agenda is King Day. We're kicking it off with a little bit of history and making sure that today is everything that we deserve for it to be. The Don't Quit tour. We got the Black Business Summit also coming up. First, it's in February in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. So today we're talking about 10 things to do differently. 10 things that you can do differently in 2018. And I really mean these things. The first one is, I suggest, do one goal at a time. Set your financial priorities and don't let anybody else set your financial priorities for you. Too often, we are sold products and told what our financial priority should be. But what I want to make sure that you know that AfroEconomics is a process. AfroEconomics is a comprehensive financial planning process. I want you to check it out. When you go into AfroEconomics, click into membership. It's all about helping you through a process of what? Setting your own financial priorities and having me to help you. So many people that you listen to, that you follow, that you watch, that you do work with, they're talking to you on television or whatever, but they're not the one that works with you. I work with you. This is what I love to do, is work with you. I have people to help me help you. So I don't just bring you in and turn you over to someone else. No, I bring you in so I can work with you, and everyone that works with me helps me help you. That's the way it goes at AfroEconomics. It's not about you going on, logging in, joining, and then watching some videos and downloading them on a particular night. No, AfroEconomics is about you setting that goal with me, us having power meetings, us talking, us video calling, us one-on-one, whatever is convenient for you. If you're not in Maryland, Virginia, New York, or Washington, D.C., where you can meet with me personally, then you actually do it the most convenient way. I'm telling you, people that are in all those states also, like, especially when it's cold like this, are all about the video calls. I was talking to a lady last night. She was like, we're scheduled to meet on Saturday with her and her husband. And she was like, JB, we might have to do one of those video calls. It's cold outside. So, it's the bottom line is, we allow technology to help us, but you're not looking at recording. You're always going to have Bryan of AfroEconomics help you take advantage of the 10 principles of AfroEconomics as long as I live. So one, do one goal at a time, and that's what we do. My second suggestion for what I want you to do differently for 2018 is to be deliberate, to live on purpose, to take advantage of your financial future yourself. Don't say, I'm not sure what they have at work, or I'm not sure when I'm going to retire, or I'm not sure if financial independence is important to me. I'm not sure. I hate these people. I hate this. I hate that. I hate it. We as a people, unfortunately, spend a lot of time talking about a system that we hate, but we live in it. My thing is about teaching you, encouraging you, not to hate the game, but to learn it, to learn how to maximize this particular country that we live in, were born in, that our ancestors developed and built on their back. How do we learn the game and maximize our positions in it? That's what I want us to do. If we live in a capitalist economy, I'm going to focus more on how to make capitalism benefit you than to talk to you about how terrible capitalism is. That's not helping anyone. And then the next week, they're telling you how terrible capitalism is, but yet they're trying to sell you something. Makes no sense to me. Selling me something is capitalism. I mean, what are you talking about? So I want us to be deliberate about setting our goals and learning how to maximize all of the resources that are available for us. My third point is to do everything slowly and completely. To do what you have set for yourself. You set that goal. You decided to be deliberate, and that it's okay. Know that it is okay to do it slowly. See how they rob us and make us end up in a bankruptcy is because they're always trying to sell us on how fast things can be. I always say that, that business is a lot like, relationships or lovemaking. When you meet somebody and they're really trying to get from step 1 to 10 in one date, you know what you learn the hard way, that's not the way that real love is built and developed. So that's the same thing about bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is a way that they're selling you on that you can solve this, fix it real quick, it'll be gone, boom, it's over. And then you get in it and you realize, oh my goodness, I didn't know anything about this process. This is the worst thing that ever happened. I shouldn't have done this. I could have done it another way. Well, AfroEconomics is about let's learning to be deliberate, methodical, and slowly, and slowly, not even if you have to, just slowly, accurately is always best. We have the time. One time I went to see a doctor, and I try to spend the least amount of time as I can at the doctors and the most amount of time on doing things that are going to take care of myself and create a better life. And, we can take that time away from always trying to figure out what is wrong and spend more time on figuring out what is right. Maybe slowly cook us some more vegetables and quickly get away from the fast food line. But with our financial goals, it's the same concept, that it may take more time for you to become slowly debt-free, but you will learn so much more from paying off and getting rid of debts than you will from a bankruptcy. A bankruptcy doesn't develop the financial muscle that we truly need. Now, there's situations for it, massive amounts of medical bills, disabled for years, something happened, there's situations for it. But then there's situations where we can truly take advantage of the benefits of doing things slowly and methodical and accurately. Because how can I be accurate? How can I be accurate and, always in a rush? How can I? So for 2018, we want to make sure that we're more accurate, that it's slow and that it's okay. And don't let anybody else tell you, well, you should be at this because you're this amount of old. You're 40 years old and you should have, 2 times your age in the savings account because you're 40 years old. I mean, all these different rules that have absolutely nothing to do with your life. Anybody that tells you what you should or where you should be is the same person that if you investigated them, you could have 100 things to tell them what they should be doing. So our financial life is part of our life, but not our whole life. It's what I do for a living, but it is not my living, what I'm saying? It is important for us to have our finances in order, but a lot of times The reason the finances are not in order, it's because of something that had nothing to do with money. It's because of a family issue, rushing. You rushed through something or rushed into something or rushed out of something, so it's deeper than that. So for 2018, we're going to do things slowly and completely. My fourth point is to do less, focus on less. You keep trying to do everything. Just do less. There's certain little companies when they're trying to recruit people and they said, we focus, we specialize in busy people, Well, what are you busy doing? Because are you busy doing things that are very important to you and you really don't need to add another layer to that? Then be very careful. Be very careful on doing too many things. Limit and learn how to say no for 2018. Learn how to say, this is what I have to focus on. This is why I'm doing this at this particular time. And I'm going to focus, because literally, how many things can we really focus on at one time, right? So if I use the word focus, focus means that you have to be able to be on that. Those new cameras where when it's looking at me, it blurs out everything behind me, so that you just are focused on that one thing. Well, that's what we got to go into 2018. How are you going to adjust your camera? There's some stuff out there you need to blur out. Let's focus. And then a fifth point is to plan things and stick to your plan. I know they hear, don't let others take you off track. I get emails throughout the day and texts throughout the day and all these things throughout the day. And, I really thank God for my executive assistant, because I'm coming at her throughout the day with stuff. Boom, I got her this project. Boom, this project. And I have to say, I thank God for her. She has never said, look, hey, and I've had many executive assistants, and they have said to me, oh my God, I can't handle it anymore. You know what I'm saying? But the sister that is running things, she has got that. But as each of us in her life, but in order for her to be able to do that for me, she has to constantly say, look, I got to focus on this right now. And there's so many people that while they're at work, they're not at work, but while she's at work, she's at work. But while I'm at work, I'm at work. When I'm with you, I'm with you. While I'm on this, I'm on this. And that's so hard for some people to really do. So plan things, stick to your plan. Don't let the stuff that needs to be phased out get in your way. Only focus on what you need to be focused on and stick to your plan. So the 4 is do less, focus. 5, plan things, stick to your plan, focus on your plan. And the 6th point is develop habits, patterns, be predictable. It is so true. You'll have a much more pleasant life if you have where this is how I do this particular thing. This is when I do this particular thing. When I get up at this particular time, then I do this and I this and I this, and I wear this and this and this, or, and if you're methodical and you plan things, it will allow your life to accomplish so much more, so much more, because you'll have a particular designated time in order to get these particular things that are done that are your priorities. So your number 1 is to have a goal. That's your priority. Don't get off focus of what for 2018. We're having priorities, right? We're having priorities and we're sticking it to that. We're doing less. We're doing less, but we're doing what we're doing more completely, remote focused. So someone in the webinar said, my daughter just started her first salary position. What advice do you have about taxes and investments for her? I think it would be great for her to join AfroEconomics. The individual membership is powerful for any person that's trying to maximize their plans at work, especially a young person who wants to start their career right. My advice would be to get with a financial professional that can help you maximize your investment options at work and help you with tax planning strategies. That's what I do at AfroEconomics. And those are the benefits, a few of the benefits, basic benefits of the members of AfroEconomics. So an individual membership will be perfect for her to learn the importance of comprehensive financial planning. It can pay off tremendously. Thanks for your question. Definitely. So the sixth point is develop habits, patterns that are predictable, right? I mean, as in that question, the earlier in your career that you can develop positive financial habits of participating in the work plan, and then knowing exactly why I'm in these particular investments in that work plan, the earlier you started, the more powerful, the more positive the impact, the better the understanding of compounding returns. The earlier that you do it, the better. I love it. Steve Harvey says, don't waste your 20s. I just think that is the most powerful statement. I mean, you're there looking at someone who started one of the country's first Black-owned registered investment advisory firms in my 20s. And I'm telling you, if I had wasted my 20s, AfroEconomics would not exist now over 20 years later. It makes a huge difference. Devote time to thinking about your finances. You are doing that right now. You are taking the time right now on television, on CBS, the Virginia This Morning show yesterday. I said 2018, and I picked out each thing. And the 8 in 2018 is to spend 8 minutes a day. This is my homegrown idea. But spend 8 minutes a day in 2018 on your financial goals, on your budget, on looking at your bank account. And the hard part is that, sometimes we don't want to think about our finances because you feel that it's so out of whack. But I promise you that by spending that time thinking about it, it makes such a big difference by giving it that time. So we have to give it that time. We have to focus on it, just like we have to focus on anything that is important to us, and especially, just the fact that if you don't think about a credit situation or a tax problem, if you don't take the time to focus on it, it still doesn't mean that it's not bothering you. So sometimes when you think about it and you go, oh, let me get JB to help me with this, then you've got that taken care of. It actually can reduce your stress and increase your health because you have that one less stress and you have someone helping you with it. And you go, JB, what do you think I should do about this? You have someone that commits their entire life, their whole career on doing that particular challenge, addressing that. That we all do what we do at work. And if whatever it is that you do at work, if you're a system engineer and I need to have a question about how my system is working, you're going to be the best person at doing that. And by getting your help, I am stopping myself from spending 8 hours on trying to figure it out myself. No matter how exciting it seems, that, wow, I figured that out myself. Who needs that system engineer? I lost 8 hours of my income earning time. So we have to be very conscious of it may have taken you only 15 minutes. So I would have had to pay the system engineer for an hour, say, and I just spent 8 hours. So I lost a lot more money thinking I saved money. So that's really, really scary. So we have to be conscious of when you do something yourself, make sure that you're the best person to get that particular activity done. So devote time to thinking about your finances. Our 8th point is to make paying bills a pleasure, a blessing. And it's so true. We should be excited about getting rid of debt. We should be excited about, that we're paying things off. Because when you pay bills, that's the reason, that you're the one that accumulated it. I don't want to say that that's the reason that you work, because I don't hope so. I don't want us to work because we have to pay our bills, but we have to realize that paying bills is us being responsible for something, a decision that we made for ourselves, a decision that we did. If you've got people in your life that are making bills for you, then you really need to think about that. Like, how do I get this to stop? How do I make sure that they stop this? How do I communicate this? And that's why I have a family membership. Yeah, I put on there the person, a family that's in AfroEconomics will never argue about money ever again. If they ever did, they never will. Like, I met with a couple last week, and they said, "Oh, we never argue about money." And I was like, but there's, I don't know if it's even possible to ever have where two people are involved with money that they don't ever argue about money. But it sounds good. But it's, if you are working on it together and you start learning to communicate about it together, then I think that if someone is doing damage to their family unit, a lot of times they just don't know about it. And you might be afraid to articulate it with them. So when you have a professional involved in it, it's not as much pressure as you saying, you should stop doing that. When we're looking at the budget together, then you don't have that pressure. It just comes out and then we solve it together. So something to think about it, indeed. So be happy. My ninth point is to be happy no matter what. See the blessing of where you are in life. Be happy. Be happy. I didn't even say don't worry, because that's something I'm praying about myself. Look, if I want to stop worrying, but a lot of worrying is reduced by having a commitment to being happy. Like, when I catch myself worrying about something that I can't control, I first say, I got to be active about this. I got to be active. Like, the best way for me to reduce my stress is always to do something, like take a walk or call someone, or, to be active, not to allow yourself to sink into a sadness, and, but to actually feel like I'm contributing to making things better for myself. Like yesterday, I had to be at the TV station in 30 minutes, thought everything was fine, got to my car and it clicked. And I said, whoa, be calm. So I'm not going to worry about this. And I thought to myself, thank God I have money. You got to see the blessing in everything. Went into this app, Uber, because I had taken them to the airport before. Uber was there in like 4 minutes. I was rushing to the door, got me to the TV station in about 3 or 4 minutes late. But I had to focus on seeing the blessing in it. If not, I would have gone on the air with that type of burden, like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? My car is broken, so it's frozen up, it's just terrible, my battery's all dead. It's like, no, that would not have allowed me to really focus on, I have a message and I have an opportunity to everybody that's watching, these thousands of people that are watching, to kick off their 2018 financially. And the compliment that it was for the station to choose me, and the blessing and the opportunity to choose me to kick off 2018. That's the way we have to see things, no matter how ugly it might appear, to a person who doesn't have our be happy perspective. Let's be that one. Let's be happy. Let's be happy. Let's see the blessing. And my final point is to make your financial life simple. I encourage you to do that. Make your financial life as simple as possible. And I'm not saying that simple doesn't mean like having debt or at all. Simple means that, stop making everything so complicated. A lot of the complications that you have are because of the things that we've talked about, not focusing on them, not slowing down, not completing things. But for 2018, we're going to simplify our financial life by slowing down and doing things completely, doing less things, and seriously considering and taking action and joining AfroEconomics. For those of you who I want to make sure before you go, I want to pick some winners for the King Day brunch that I'm having free tickets. And, you know, for members, of course, you're not going to be a winner because you can come for free. So, but I'm going to, well, a lot of you are on the telephone too. So what I'm going to do for the person named Craig, you know, you are the winner of the King Day Summit. And I also have the registration and this person on the Samsung. I don't know why I can't see all of them. I think hopefully my office can see more. But but we have Craig as a winner, and the first person that called in was a total. It says total one phone call and listener. So I hope you get it. We're going to call you and the person with the first or last name of Craig. And I really appreciate you. And I'm going to figure out, let's see, if I put down this window, if I close that, yeah, all right, it brought in the recipe. Oh, okay. And Sandy, let's say Sandy and Craig, okay? Sandy and Craig are the winners of the ML King Day brunch tickets, and I will definitely give out more on Sunday, but definitely. And then I will also start check out the Black Business Summit, and you know, I will make sure I'll start giving out some tickets for that too. It's not about trying to make sure that people don't get in. I want to make sure that everybody gets in. My space is just limited, so I encourage you to go on and get your ticket. You know that so that. Because I like it small, especially with the Black Business Summit. It's like a all-day event. And the brunch, you know, I'm going to try to keep it small so we can talk. And then I like, you know, you to be able to ask as many questions as you like. And I want to make sure to give you, unfortunately, Sandy says she's in Maryland. She can't come to that Virginia. But definitely you can re-gift to family that live in Richmond area. That's so sweet. Isn't she sweet? That's so sweet. And then Sandy, because you can't come, if you would like a ticket to the Black Business Summit in the Black Business Summit in DC, you know, if that's convenient for you, you know, definitely email me at jb@AfroEconomics or jb@jbbryan.com. Email me and I'll send you we'll make sure you get registered for the Black Business Summit for free. So that's cool. So check it out. We have for what is your main financial goal? The majority of you, it was debt freedom. It could have been because I talked about debt so much. I don't know, but it's a 43% said debt freedom, 29% said retirement, 14% said investment selection, 14% said budgeting, and that's it. 20. That was it, and that was a total, I guess, of 100. So debt freedom is the main financial goal today. As Sandy said, yes, I will do that. Thanks. Yes, it's Saturday, February 10th at the DC and our DC office classroom, and it's at Metro Center, very conveniently located. If we get too big, we'll move across the street to the Marriott across the street. But it's about as large, and I have 2 big monitors in there. I love it. So thank God for that. So thank you all for your time today. Any other questions before y'all leave me? You know, let me know, and I appreciate your time. Remember, these are 10 things that we want to do differently but we want to make sure that we focus. We want to make sure that we set our goals. We want to make our life simple, less complex, but more intense, and live deliberately. We want to live life on purpose and take control of our finances through letting go of everything that's not necessary. Have a wonderful day and a positive 2018. Please stay with me throughout the year, throughout your life. Let's make gold together. God bless y'all. Thank you. Thank you, Stacy. Happy New Year to you as well. God bless you. Later. Y'all be blessed.